Yeah, these two. Senior night, I'm just so proud of what these two have did. They've been through a lot. They came here and they played with Coach Jose for a couple years, or Carla for 3 years, and then he had a wonderful opportunity to go to the Wings, and when he left, you know what, they bought in. Both of them were like, Coach, we got you. We still got this. We're still going to meet our goals. And then they just drug with them all the new players, all the freshmen, all the 1 year transfers, and so everybody just bought in. But players just don't buy in. They bought in because of these two. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like as far as like what the locker room goes and the culture goes, it's not as good as it is without having two people by your side who's been with you 3 and 4 years. So I just want to thank them when I'm here personally. I couldn't have did this without you, and I appreciate all your support.
Thank you.
Laura, I'll start with you, and then we'll go to Carla. You go up to Temple as an offensive slugfest. Little payback tonight, huh?
Yeah, I just gotta do what I have to do to win the ball, to win the game. So today was just a special moment for me. So I was like, I'm gonna give everything because it's my last home game. So I was just ready to ball out today.
Same. Like tonight was an important night for all of us. It's our last game in the Jungle Center, so we wanted to do it for us. For our, I mean, I was doing it for my seniors, and like it's a special group. It's a really special group, and like what you say, it was a payback.
Carla, you talked about it a little bit in practice yesterday, but to have your family here, to have them here and walk you out, just what has the whole night been like for you emotionally?
I mean, I was really, really happy. I'm really glad that they came here. I mean, it's their first time in the U.S. in these 4 years. That's a little bit crazy, but you know what? It's okay. But really happy to have them here. They support me all the way. I mean, always we play really late for them, but they always stay up. They watch all the games at home, away. So, like, I'm really, really happy to have them because they support me.
Do you ever get messages like at weird times? Like, is there feedback, like text if they watch at an awkward time, like in the middle of the night, or?
Yeah, I mean, they stay awake until 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and they have to work the day after, but, like, they don't care. They love to watch. They would love to watch me play, so.
Even on the bench, you guys hype each other up. And describe that team chemistry that you guys have, and has it changed at all since first arriving to South Florida?
I mean, you can see, as you say, like, we get really hyped. We love each other. That's the thing in this team. Like, it's not like we have separate, like, teams. It's like everybody like each other, and, like, you know, like, I can tell whatever to I can tell whatever to everybody because it's not even a team. It's a family. And, like, you can see that. We love each other. We want to hype everybody. Like, if Lord have a great night, I will be more happy than Lord. You know, it doesn't matter who show up that night. Like, we were really happy for each other.
Carla, I'm going to start with you this time and go to Laura. Last home game, but not just for you two, there's some others. How important was it to go out on a winning note for your last home game?
I mean, as we say, like, it was our last night here, and we wanted to win. Like, I think 2 years, last year, we couldn't win for our seniors, but this night we were like, we're not losing this. What we talked before, payback. If we play like this, we're gonna go far.
It was really, really important to me to just put up this win. Today I was like, no matter what, I'm winning today. I can't leave these courts to a lose or a loss. I was like, I'm just gonna give everything, and then we was ready to win. We know we're gonna win today, so we just like did it.
You both had stellar careers with South Florida. When you first stepped on the court as a Bull, did you think that what you all achieved so far in your career was going to be possible?
Laura, go first.
I mean, I don't remember the first time that I stepped on that court, I'm not gonna lie, but every moment with USF have been like really, really important for me. I mean, the most important one was last year with them, winning the tournament with that group, but like every single year have been really, really important. Like the way that Boost Nation have been supporting us every single time, and like all the teammates, the staff, like we create like a really big boundaries.
I think I made a great decision in my life coming here at USF. So I really love this place, and I think I achieved my goal to go to NCAA and then win the conference tournament, and I want to do it again this year. I really think I'm positively gonna do it again.
I'm gonna ask one more, yeah. Carla first, then Laura. You went through Jose and now Coach. What's the biggest difference? I had to put you on the spot with that.
I mean, they're kind of same. Like, they just want us to be successful, and like you can see that they push us every single time to be successful in this program. And like both of them, they are really, really nice people, and I know they have my back every single time. So like, I'm really glad that I made the decision coming to USF because of them. Like, since the beginning, since I got the call of USF, I knew that I was going to commit because of them.
Laura?
I think they're the same. It didn't change. We still were in the same place like Jose. We changed a little bit, but like I feel just it's the same thing. They trust us. I think they trust me. So I just like to show them what I can do, and then they know I can do more. So I think there's no difference. It's just the same thing, and then.
Same voice, just a different person.
Yeah.
Either one of you guys have a favorite moment from the last 4 years that, like, when you reflect on your time with USF, you're like, wow, that was a career-defining moment, or this is what made the team my team, anything like that?
I think it was last year when we won the conference tournament. That was my favorite moment here.
Yeah,
I love the moment. I love winning, so I was just happy.
I agree. Same. Like, and that group, it was really, really special. Like, we love each other, same that we do now, and I think we can do it again.
Mhm.
Do we feel like we've accomplished all personal goals that we had for the season?
Not yet.
We're not done playing.
Not yet.
not
We're not
done
done.
yet.
We're not done.
We
We
should not
need,
go back to
Yeah.
NCAA tournament.
yeah, and win the conference.
And-
Mhm.
When you guys talk about how much you love each other, why is it? What about this group is so special?
I would say because we care about each other, and like what happened at the beginning when Jose left and that stuff, like that could break us or that could bring us together, and that's what it did. And what I said before, we have really, really good relationship between all of us because we care about each other, and like the way that we love each other, the way that we push each other, the way like we have our own backs, like if something happened with Lord, she had a problem, she come to practice, she doesn't have a good energy, don't worry, I got you. And same back, like that's a good thing that we have.
I think we love each other. We hold each other accountable. So we always like, if somebody going through a bad day, we're gonna tell you, put your heads up, it's gonna be all right. It's just like a family. So, and then we have the same goal. That's why we love each other. So working with people with the same goal with you is just easy and easy to blend.
Congrats, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, I don't care who you're playing, but you got a Temple team that got in the 80s against you last time. You hold them to 15 in the first half. How impressed were you with that effort?
I am. Defensively, because I thought when we lost at their place, we did not defend well, and that was sort of a turning point for us because we had won 5 in a row before we went there and lost by 3, and our defense was so poor that it just become a point of emphasis. Like, okay, we know we can score, we got to defend, and everyone bought into what we had to do to become a better defensive team, and we've just sort of stuck to that plan.
Coach, how are you feeling on the overall performance of your seniors tonight?
Oh, very proud, and it was wonderful to have a group of seniors that I could start everybody on their senior night because everybody has been so important to this team at one time or another. Every one of them has started for this team. And so to be able to have them all go out together and in that starting lineup and set the tone of the game, I'm super proud, because that lineup we've never had together, and they stepped up and did a great job.
Coach, let me follow up on that. How important was it to be able to take them off the floor at the 8-minute mark, start taking them off, and get that accolade that they deserved?
Yeah, I would really, I really wanted it to be like that, but I'm thinking, Temple, because Temple their last game, they won by like 35. They crushed it. They had 4 of their players that had 80 of their 86 points. You know, so I was thinking, I just hope there's a way I'm going to be able to get my seniors off, you know, and that we can get some separation to be able to do that. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't realize it'd be this much separation. So it was very nice to get them off at the 6-minute mark.
Coach, you mentioned buy-in in your opening comments, and today's landscape of college athletics, if a coach leaves sometimes, maybe players look to leave, just to have the seniors stay and, you know, you have your core back and do what they've done this season. What does that mean to you as their coach?
Whew, it means a lot, you know, because these players had went through some adversity when Jose left, and it became, you know, you hate to say it, but it became like open game season because our transfers with the NCAA rules, when Jose left, they could have left and they could have played immediately, our grad transfers, anywhere in the country. You know, so it was almost like we had to re-recruit them a little bit. But the returners, we all had great relationships. My whole coaching staff, we did a great job with them, and I wasn't worrying about them. And it just so happens that they're the ones that really help bridge the gap with the others about, like, hey, we're staying. You guys came here for a reason. We're going to get to the NCAA tournament, and that's where everyone just stayed and bought in.
How have you seen your seniors improve since the beginning of the season to now?
Whew. I think we're being, like I said, I think we're being a little bit, believe a little bit more as a whole now that, you know what, guys, we can do this. You know, if we play like we've played defensively a few of these last few games, I think they're really starting to believe that, hey, we can do this. Because, of course, when you come in your season, you're always believing, you know, we got this, and then your coach leaves. You know, and you're like, okay, we still got this, but I'm sure there's always a little bit of a doubt somewhere. Like, whew, this is going to be an uphill battle. But I think now we're at the point where they're looking around like, hey, we're pretty damn good. And I hope they can keep this confidence up through the tournament.
Coach, it looks like you're locked into the 3rd seed. You get a bye, but you don't see Rice until the finals. Good thing, right?
Yeah, you know, that's how we sort of wanted. We had a real close game at ECU. 2-point game. We're winning most of the game all the way up until the end. You know, so that was a matchup I'd like to see again, just to see how much we have improved since we've even played them. And then, you know, Rice is right. She's having a tremendous season. You know, she's undefeated. You know, the 2 games against us, she beat us at her place by about 7, and at home they beat us pretty much like at the very, very end of the game. So, but we like to see them in championship. It seems to be the thing now, because last year we seen them in the championship as well.
What's our game plan going forward, especially into the tournament?
Well, tomorrow they're off, and then we get right after it. You know, Tulane, they're gonna be tough at home. They're a nice team at home, but we want to get that one. We want to make sure we're going into the conference tournament with winning records. You know, that we've won our last 3 in a row. So we'll go back. And after Tulane, we'll give them a day off, maybe 2, depending how things fall. And then we'll start ramping up for the tournament. All depends on who we're going to play, on the different ways that we'll handle what we're doing in practice and stuff. But we may know that by Saturday, we'll know. And then we can really start preparing for who our next opponent's going to be.
Coach, 5 conference losses. 1 by 7 points. 1 by 3, 2 by 2, 1 by 1. You're going to be a tough out in the tournament, aren't you?
I hope so. You know, I hope so, because you know, you sort of wish you had some of those games back. When we lost those games, we weren't the team that we are now. And I hope we've learned from them and we don't put ourselves in those situations again, because definitely, you know, 4 of those 5s, it could have went either way at the end of the game. You know, and we just want to make sure that we're on the winning side of those once we get to the tournament. But hopefully we've learned from that.
4 losses in 1 possession games.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's also heartbreaking a little bit, but yeah, thank you.
Coach, every time these pressers and players ask about you, they love you and support you. What is it like for them to have your backs all year long?
I mean, like I said, and it means a lot, especially for the veterans, because you become in a different role, a different pair of shoes, you know, because I was the one that for years, especially with these two, who was the one to lift him up? You know, Jose could be hard on him to get what he needed to get out, and I could be it's okay, you're doing great. Well, now that's changed. But I give it to them that they've really bought into me having to be that person to put my foot down, and because the relationship prior, they just take it so much better. You know what I'm saying? And because they're like that, then everybody else on the team is like that. So when I got to come down hard, everybody's like, no, she has to do this. And then, you know, we get accomplished what we need to, and then things back to normal.
Coach, I got to follow up on that. How hard is it for you to go from good cop to bad cop?
I'm not gonna lie, it's tough because you get so close with these players when you are the assistant. You know, you've probably been the one that's recruited them, the one that's always picking them up, always the one that has their back. And then now to turn a switch within a week and a half before you play your first game, it's a little bit tough. So it was a little bit of a learning experience for me as well. And, you know, maybe I should have been a little harder sooner, and we maybe wouldn't have lost a couple of those closer games. But you know what? I learned from that as well, you know.
You want to be playing well in March. That's the only thing.
Yes, we do.
Perfect.
Good, good.
Congrats, Coach.
Wait, can I say one more thing? I'm sorry. Jim Luck, our guy, the voice of South Florida. I just wanted to wish him the best in his retirement. South Florida will not be the same without him. He's been the voice for probably over 30 years. A wonderful guy. He didn't always do a lot of our games because he did football, but the few games that I've got to work with him this season have just been enjoyable. And I just want him to wish the best of luck and to enjoy his new grandson that he had a week and a half ago. But that was all. Thank you.